One thing you'll notice when you regularly listen to the Gospels is Jesus is telling people, don't tell anyone I'm the Messiah. All sorts of times he does this. One time it's just blatant. In Matthew chapter 16, after Peter says, you are the Christ, the Messiah, the Son of the living God, Jesus commands him. He says, right on, Peter, God's talking to you, and I'm going to use you to build my church. And then in Matthew 16:20 Jesus says to his disciples, don't tell anyone I'm the Messiah. What's up with that? Why wouldn't Jesus want the publicity? Well, in the last video, in number 16, I told you that Jesus' people, the people he lived among in Israel, were oppressed by Rome. And they longed for freedom. And they believed, they were taught in the Old Testament, which is true, the Messiah was coming. And he's a coming king. But now they made a mistaken idea because they only looked at part of the scriptures in the Old Testament. They decided that the Messiah was going to be a conquering general. And he was going to lead Israel to victory and not only throw out Rome, but they were going to be the top of the pecking order in the world. So they were really hot and ready for the Messiah to come and set them free. Now add to that a lot of Jesus' ministry was done in Galilee. It's a province up north from Jerusalem. And the people of Galilee, Galileans, they were rednecks and they were hotheads. And so they were ready to jump into the battle the moment the concept of the Messiahs around here came on. And there was even a group among them called the Zealots who had committed that they were going to be the first to kill a Roman soldier. In fact, they carried daggers with them strapped to the inside of their leg. Kill a Roman soldier at the drop of a hat when the revolt started because they were going to lead it. Fact is, one of Jesus' closest followers, a disciple, was a zealot. His name was Simon. You'll see him, you'll hear him called Simon the Zealot. So the term Messiah was a trigger. And Jesus came to establish a spiritual kingdom. He didn't want the people to make a mistake and start a revolution and be crushed. Because Jesus had bigger things in mind. He had things like freedom from sin and a right relationship with God, things that will last eternally. It's what Jesus was interested in. So that's why he said, don't tell people I'm the Messiah. Now you also note in a few places that are not Galilee, he would say, hey, that's right, I'm the Messiah. So all of this was to avoid the trigger. Now, once more, I've been teaching the Bible a long time, and I believe that giving people little bits of information just like this can help you have more rich understanding as you study the Word of God. It's what Listen Up's about, and especially this feature I call Quick Start Guide. So, subscribe to Listen Up in the comment sections, ask questions, say other things you need a quick start on, and I'll be glad to help you. But remember this, as you listen, Jesus, the Messiah, is speaking to you. Listen up.